Hey, it's Sherry Sutherland, and we are talking launches. I am doing my Ready to Launch challenge, and we are on day 5, which is where we're tying it all up with a bow. So far, we have talked about what you actually want to talk about, what your niche needs to be, or who your audience is. We've talked about finding out from them what they actually want and what their language is so that you can use that in your marketing. We've talked about writing, more writing. We've talked about branding and how using branding to tie into your writing and evoke the feeling that you want your clients to have at the end is really super important. We talked about how to figure out what your free thing needs to be at the beginning of your funnel. If you're, well, no matter what you're doing, you need to do it as a free thing. And we talked about then day 4 was where we were, when we talked about writing emails and all that kind of stuff. And then we talked about email automation software, which is a topic that is near and dear to my heart. And you all know I love ActiveCampaign and then MailerLite in that order. I love ActiveCampaign because you can tag your people with all kinds of million different tags, which really makes my little taggy heart happy. But MailerLite also gives you the fun automation. So if you don't want ActiveCampaign for some reason, MailerLite is a good option. And now today, woohoo, we are talking about putting it all together and hooking it all up and making it work. Now, one thing that we didn't talk about so far is the where you're actually going to house your pages for your funnel, whatever it is, okay? We did talk a little bit about this. Kajabi and Kartra, if I was to start over again, I would pick one of them and use them. They are an all-in-one. They have absolutely all of the parts and pieces that you need all in one place. So then you don't need email software. You don't need funnel software. You don't need to buy like a cart thing like ThriveCart or SamCart or anything like that. You don't need to buy any special funnel stuff like ClickFunnels. You don't need to buy a special web page. I believe they even include appointment setting options. So it's an all-in-one, everything in one place, one-stop shop, which is fantastic. However, if you don't want to do that, my next favorite thing would be WordPress. And that scares the bejesus out of people. And I would highly recommend that you use it yourself, that you don't hire it out to create your website. And the reason for that is that you need to know how to fix it. You can create it and then hire someone to make it pretty, but you need to know how the back end of this stuff works if you're going to be an online business owner. And I don't care what the stuff is, whatever technology you are bringing on board, you as the owner of the business need to know how it works. If you don't, then you're going to run into trouble because people are going to be able to tell you that they know how it works, and they're not actually going to know. You're going to run into trouble because things are going to break, and you are not going to be able to fix things really fast. So until you have like 50 or 100 people underneath you, you need to know how to wear all the hats in your company, period. Maybe even after that. I have always been a firm believer that you need to know how to do everything when you own the business. If you don't, then you are setting yourself up for people to take advantage of you, and you are setting yourself up to not truly understand who it is, what their pain points are, and how to hire them for success. That's me on my soapbox for that. Okay, so WordPress is a great option. And if you can't afford WordPress, It's a little bit pricey to get everything all set up that first time. And then I think it's about $90 a month for me all in, or not, sorry, $90 a year for me all in for my WordPress site. But if you can't afford that, then go with either Weebly or Wix. Weebly gives you a little more options. One of my sites is on Wix, and I don't like it as much as I like some of my clients' Weebly accounts. It's not as user-friendly, it's not as intuitive, and I may switch it. But at the moment, it's on Wix. It's quite a pretty site, but it's not very intuitive at the back end for me to be farting with it. So there's that. Now you also need to decide what payment systems you want to use, because those are kind of standard for everyone else. The two biggest ones are Stripe and PayPal. If you are offering both Stripe and PayPal to people, you're probably going to cover about 90% of the market, or maybe a little more. Square is good if you are only selling things in your home country. It is not so, and it doesn't embed well into other third-party sites, but Square is a great option if you are just local, you do a lot of things with your, like if you want to take credit cards with your phone, Square is a fantastic option for that. So once you've done all of this legwork, now you need to start putting the pieces together and then making sure that everything flows properly from page to page. And you want to test yourself in your browser, in an incognito browser, and then in a second browser if you have one on your computer. So for example, if you generally use Google Chrome, use Google Chrome Incognito, and then pull out Explorer and use that as well, or pull out Opera, or pull out, I know there's a bunch of other ones out there, but I can't think of them right now. Pull out a second browser, use that. Use them on mobile as well. So check it on your phone, both on whatever your mobile native browser is, as well as your Chrome browser on your mobile, and have a couple of friends do the same, okay? Do this, set it up maybe even as free to start, or for like 50 cents or $1, just to make sure that you've got all the bugs worked out of it. This is a huge step that not everyone takes. Now, also have your friends really go through it as if they were a customer and tell you if they think they would buy it. This one, and tell them to pretend that they don't know you and that this is just some magical secret thing that some stranger is giving them, and get them to give you their honest, unvarnished opinion of whether they would actually buy the thing or take the free thing or do the action that you want them to take in each step. If they say that this piece didn't work, or if they say that this felt a little funny, or if they say I couldn't understand why I should buy this thing or take this thing, then you need to go back to, that step and work through the problem again. Get them to give you as much feedback as humanly possible. Why did it not work? What stopped you? If it was that they just didn't connect with it emotionally, what would have made it a no-brainer for them to actually do the thing that you wanted them to do? Okay. And once you've done all of that, then you're ready to launch. And that's it. Then you're ready to launch your baby into the world. And for that, you want to, I'm going to do this as kind of like a little bonus, okay? When you're ready to launch, there are a lot of different places that you can put this that don't cost anything, okay? Number one is there are some websites out there that have no rules that you can put things in. There are groups on Facebook, or pages on Facebook, mostly groups, where if you put it in the thread, it's allowed. Do that. Put it on your homepage, on your profile page on Facebook. And actually on all of your homepages. Make sure that people know how to find your business everywhere. So LinkedIn, make sure that your profile mentions your business. Maybe it has links to all of your stuff, your website, your free thing, your this, your that, right? On your Facebook profile homepage, make sure that that picture at the top, that is valuable real estate. Make sure that that has a blurb about what you do. Make sure that the sizes are correct. There's really only like the top third and right in the middle that actually works for people to actually see it on mobile and on desktop. So make sure that you are paying attention to the sizing. Ask other fellow coaches, consultants, salespeople, whatever, if they have an audience, ask them if they would be willing to share your deal or your offer or your free thing with their audience in exchange for maybe a small referral fee if someone actually buys your thing or takes advantage of the thing. And then, make sure that you are nailing it with free traffic before you try and launch any paid traffic towards your thing. Because the free traffic is going to tell you if your marketing is actually successful, if your thing is something that the people in the world around you actually want. I mean, hopefully you've done the research and it is something that they want, but really make sure that you are kicking it in high gear, okay? Make posts on your personal page. If you have a business page, which I strongly recommend, make posts on your business page and then share them to your personal page. Make posts in any groups that you are a manager of or that an owner of. Do posts there and share these things back and forth between all of the different things. And then if you've got already email software and you already have a list, launch it to your list and see what they say as well. And, good luck. It's not too difficult, but if you do need help with some of these technical bits, because there is a lot of moving parts to putting an offer together, let me know, because that is one thing that I absolutely love doing, is creating launches that actually work. Thanks for listening, and we'll talk soon. Bye.